if you're new to the Hookup Bait brand, I'm gonna go through a few of the key features of these baits and how to work them and why they're so deadly effective on so many different fish. So you can see they're a soft plastic tube style bait, but one of the things that Chad did that designed these baits, there's a few different things that make them much better than what you're used to running. The tail in the back is tapered and slit. You can kind of see it slit in the back. Well, this is for when that bait is dropping, the tube doesn't do this on itself. With a lot of those other baits that have the little squid looking things on the back, they get hooked up if they fall wrong. If your tube head gets a little bit imperfect in there, it fouls them. These never have a problem fouling unless a fish hook eats them from the back, which is a good thing. So another key feature of these baits are the very high-end hooks that he puts in them. So these are really sharp, brand name hooks. They keep their sharpness for a long time, typically the life of the bait. I've never really had to go back and sharpen these hooks ever. The weight, the lead head that's inside of them are all poured specific for these baits. And they have a very realistic eyeball that he lays in here. And Chad talks about, you know, sometimes the eyes don't matter, we know this. Sometimes they're just eating them and the eyeballs don't matter. But sometimes a realistic eyeball in there really does make all the difference, especially when fishing is difficult. So all of these baits come with very realistic eyeballs in the heads of these. Now, the difference is when you work these baits, he's designed these baits to have a different swimming action. And it's a lot of jigging and swimming, these baits, and trout specifically love these. That's what we're doing here today. So we'll go through some colors real quick. So very realistic color selection, along with, and why I'm holding this one up today is this is the one that worked for us. So very realistic selection, along with some realistic, but more of a reaction strike kind of color. So we've got the chartreuse, some pinks for the steelhead. We know the steelhead love these. Some oranges, and then into the natural selection. So we've got, you know, kind of a dark back with the white belly is kind of the uniform color that he has for these. We've got, you know, black with some purple fleck, green pumpkin, tui chub color, a pearl and an ice. I love this new ice color that they got. Look at that. I mean, got the flecks in it. Very beautiful, realistic lifestyle type of baits. He's got enough colors to match the hatch, and a lot of different sizes, you know, all the way from 32nd, 8th, quarter on up to big lake trout and ocean size for halibut. And one of the most important things for rigging these baits, for working these baits, so you want a 7 to an 8 foot spinning rod. We go with the Okuma SSTs. Some of the deadeye rods for walleye are great. A 3,000 to 4,000 or 2,000 to 3,000 series reel, I guess, is what I would go with. Typically I run a 3,000 series reel with these, is mostly what I use. Along with that, an 8-pound braid to a 10-pound braid at the max, and a 4 to 8-pound leader. This right here is an 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. I typically run about a 6 to an 8, but you can get all the way down to a 4-pound fluorocarbon leader. I always try to run fluorocarbon with these, and when you're swimming these baits in the water column, you just want to keep them going and keep them dancing. They move all over the place and they catch a lot of fish. You know, check them out, Hookup Baits. They're a great product. We caught a lot of fish on these this year.